Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Camilla and today I'm making a video for you on the Aaron channel. Today's going to be the birds and the bees, sex with trans women. Okay, that's right, you heard it right. This video is about sex with trans women. If you'd like to hear more about sex with trans women, or if you're interested in sleeping with a trans woman, please like this video if you're interested in sleeping with a trans woman, and please comment if you're really serious about it. And if you want relationship advice with transgender women, please go ahead and subscribe right now. Ring that notification bell and you'll be notified every time I upload an episode. Today I'm going to talk about how to have sex with a transgender woman. In a nutshell, transgender women are not much different than regular women as far as dating. As far as dating apps, it's probably the easiest means of reaching one, especially if you don't live in a very big populated area. It's going to be harder to find trans people because there's not a whole lot of us compared to non-trans people, but they're out there. I actually suggest using straight dating apps like OkCupid, Tinder, Bumble, stuff like that, over the LGBT dating apps, because if you're actually looking for something more than sex, you're going to want to avoid Grindr and this app called Tammy, T-A-I-M-I. Those are LGBT related apps and I do not recommend them. You're not going to get quality transgender women off of those apps. If you are, it's a stroke of good luck, but I don't recommend them. I just recommend sticking to your typical Tinder and things. Treat her like you would any other woman when you're messaging her, but please note that this woman probably is used to getting a bunch of deep pics, pictures of the you-know-what. They're used to being told that they're the most beautiful girl in the world. They're used to being told all that. And you want to shine and stand out. Don't objectify her. Make yourself approachable and disarm yourself with your words. It's very important to make her feel comfortable, because that's going to lead into, after the date you go on and once you're at home and you're ready to hook up, then that comes back and you want to be comfortable. Comfortability and communication are key. So when you have sex with a transgender woman, basically, you're going to have, if she's not had gender reassignment surgery, you're going to have anal sex. Now, what I'm going to state on my video is this video is for educational purposes. It's through my bias and through my experience, but I'm doing this to teach and educate. So as I stated, it is for educational purposes only. This is not meant to be or promote anything that's NSFW. It is strictly a video I'm making to help people understand transgender women better. So with that being said, having sex with a trans woman, she may be shy. Most likely she will be, especially if it's your first time with her. And depending on how far along she is into her transition, it will depend on her confidence level. Also, the way she looks, her passability. The more she passes and the more she's aware of it, the more comfortable she'll be. So basically, you want to be attracted to her enough to pursue her. Don't pursue a girl you're not attracted to. And I'm not trying to sound shallow. I'm just trying to save you time. Don't settle for less. Settle for what you're looking for, because chances are most of the women are gonna swipe left. So you want to stand out. When you're first meeting her and taking her on a date, you want to make her feel comfortable, because trans women, we never know when someone's going to do something really bad to us. I've had a stalker on a dating app. I've been SA'd on a dating app. I have been drugged and R-worded on a dating app and woke up in the hospital. So I could say you have to be careful as a trans woman. And with those experiences, I could state sorry, my allergies are driving me crazy. With those experiences, I can say you have to be careful. But once you've made the trans woman comfortable, good communication, kiss her, affection, a lot of foreplay, let her feel pretty. if she's doing transitioning for the right reasons, then making her feel like a female sexually is going to be the best way to win her over and make her, make a home run. If she doesn't want to have sex right away, don't press her, because the next date she may. It may take a couple dates before she's ready to do that. And it's important to remember and treat her just like you would any other woman or girl or woman. You want to treat her with respect and respect her boundaries. Even if she is looking for hookups, she may not want to hook up the first date. She may. But just make sure that she's comfortable. That's the most important thing, because she's going to be probably very self-conscious. As far as having sex with her, it's important to take your time. If you've never had anal sex, it's important to use protection. It's cleanliness. It's good for hygiene. You always use protection, and I recommend finding a good lubrication. Buy a lubricant that's made for anal sex. I prefer water-based lubes. There's a lot of things you can do, but basically take your time. When you're putting it inside of a woman, you want to go slow. And if you've never had anal sex before, it's not like having sex with your wife or your ex-wife or your ex-girlfriend. This is a different experience. So some girls may want to wear their underwear and just pull their underwear down to where they're accessible. That way their private parts aren't showing. And a lot of trans women will do this until they get to know you well enough where they're willing to take their panties off completely in front of you. Because believe it or not, most trans women that are bottoms don't like their private parts touched unless they have a real good connection with the man that they're seeing. It's not something that you'd want to touch on the first time in bed together. Touching her private parts is something you have to work your way up to. Even anal intercourse is not as far up on the list as touching her or going down on her. That is like the farthest you can go with her. And so basically, even anal sex is something that will come before you touch her penis. Because generally most trans women are shy about that. I know that I am. And like I said, this is for educational purposes. You basically want to make her feel comfortable enough to have sex with you, and you want to use enough lubrication when you're having sex with her. It's important to kind of put it in and then take it out of her, put some more lube on, and then put it all the way in her, especially if she hasn't had sex in a long time or has zero to little experience with anal sex herself. So the more experienced a woman is with anal sex, the easier it's going to be for the guy having sex with her, because you kind of get elasticity, and if you have anal sex for 10 years regularly, it's going to go in a lot easier than someone who's never had anal sex or has only done it a few times. So it's important to be gentle when you put it inside of her. And it's also always important to ask her how she's feeling. And she's going to be concerned about you. Her main thing is making sure that you climax. That's going to be her main thing. Most trans women are not expecting to get an orgasm. They're trying to give one in order to just be able to be accepted. You're not going to have to sex this girl for her to orgasm first. And I say that because most trans women will do just about anything to maintain a decent relationship. And if you've gotten that far into a relationship where you're having sex, even if it's what you're hooking up only, if you've gotten to that point where you're in bed and ready to do it, communication is so important. And, you don't have to worry about pregnancy. Just be gentle with her, touch her, communicate with her, let her know because like I said, your main concern is going to be, you're going to be dealing with one of a few feelings. One of them is it may make you feel kind of gay but you oversee it when you look at her and you see how pretty she is. It doesn't matter that she has a penis. Then you have the second scenario about you want to make sure that she feels good and you don't want to give her a bad experience. And then lastly is then that she's going to be thinking about you, and her main goal is going to be pleasing you. So ultimately the goal is pleasing each other, and that's what both parties' goal mainly becomes. And that happens in all relationships, on dating apps, the sex. You want to deliver good sex your first few dates because that's just the way we live in a hookup culture. And chances are she's probably had sex before. And you want to be careful with her. You want to understand that using anal sex, it's not going to be it's not self-lubricating, and it's not as elastic as a vagina. So you do have to understand that. And as far as sometimes it's nice to use a towel because you're using lube. It's a lot messier than having sex with just a regular woman. It can be a lot messier. It can be completely clean, and but it can be, lube can get places, stuff can get stuck places. I mean, anyhow, I'm not going to go any further than that, but it can occur, and you can shower and clean yourself up after if needed. But this is an educational video in the sense that having sex with a trans woman can be absolutely wonderful. It's all about the mindset. If you're down to have fun and she's down to have fun and y'all have chemistry, it's going to probably be a fun experience. It's about finding a trans girl that you connect with. That's why I emphasize when you start talking, getting to know her. I hope this video worked. Until next time, bye-bye.